Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Mike, you're watching Disc Golf Van Life, and here we are on the back nine of round one at the 32nd annual City of Mobile Championships. This tournament was made possible thanks to the support of Saraland Pharmacy, Mobile, Alabama's #1 stop for disc golf. Now I'll just go ahead and hand over the mics to Dustin and Caleb.
All right, folks, and welcome back here to the back nine. I'm Dustin Mouret again, once again joined by my man Caleb Bryant, and we had a great front nine. We're looking to finish things off with a nice little backside here too.
Yeah, everybody on the card's kind of shredding right now, so it's fun to see. I really enjoy watching JJ Campbell. He's got a really good future, so.
Yeah, just a refresher of some of our players. We got Matty O, local legend, same with Cameron Colglazier. A couple of guys who are very recognizable in the Southeast, and of course, Matty O, one of the best players in the world on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. You got Clay Edwards out of North Carolina, also recently on the Disc Golf Pro Tour the last couple of years, been doing pretty solid. And then JJ Campbell, he is the kind of the local one that we're all rooting for. 16, first time on coverage, first time being sponsored, and he's playing really well.
Hole 10, it's again, I keep saying this, it's one of the easier holes on the course. There is a Mando on the left side. It's not really even in play. If you were to miss the Mando and the Mando wasn't there, it'd be the same result anyway. You'd have to pitch out. It's a simple little mid-range straight shot with a slight fade at the end. You don't want to push it too deep. You don't want to fade a little too early, but other than that, it's one of the easier holes.
Yeah, Matty O has the box after, I think he was the only birdie on hole 9.
Kind of shocking.
Yeah. Windy conditions, though. He's throwing pine off the tee here.
That's exactly what you want. Slightly overstable mid, push it. You don't want it to go too straight. This just needs to fade, and there it goes.
Yeah, the only real tricky thing that can happen is if you have something fade out too early down the slope, and then you get in some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather hit the backside than, fade too early. But, again, there's a ton of room.
That's the only thing that N3 again from Cam.
The only thing that makes it difficult is the wind. The wind, if you have a weird headwind or something, you can kind of get squirrely, but I mean that was a great shot right there too.
Yeah, great check forward on that one. This is Glacier from JJ. So again, everyone kind of throwing that slightly overstable mid, either hard, flat, maybe slide ante. Play that right side. Yeah. That's smacked. Maybe a little too much?
He's to shade. Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was almost a little too deep, but even if you push it too deep and you're coming in on hyzer, most of the time it kind of just pushes you out. It doesn't really get you in the woods. What's Clay throwing here?
I actually don't know.
It almost
maybe stall?
Yeah. I think that might be a fairway.
Yeah, down tempo, overstable, played right side is my best guess on that. Yeah, it looks like the stall.
He bullseyed it, so I think he did the right thing. Whatever he did.
He knows his game plan.
Yeah, I ended up going up to the Gateway Blade, the 9-speed here too, because we had a straight headwind. And I just didn't even want the mid-range to hold straight too long.
This reminder for you haven't watched Front 9, go watch it. But to refresh your memories, we got Cam putting with the P2X, the new putter from Gannon Burr at Discmania. Then we got Judge for Matty O, Rico for Clay, Castaplas guy, and then our freshly sponsored Discmania player, JJ, putting with the P1X. I know everybody always wants to know, so why not help you out and let you know?
Yeah, when I watch coverage, I like to know what these guys are throwing.
I will try my best to give you that stuff throughout. I was caddying for Matt, so I was able to kind of keep tabs on everything throughout the round.
Yeah, so this one's just one you really want to get. I've said that a few times. I think the front 9 of the Admiral is the easier part of the course, or I guess you can say the front 10, because here's where it starts to get a little bit difficult. We used to play the par 4, but now we're playing the par 3, right at 400 feet, over water the whole way. If you look to the right side of the water, it's only like 370 to cross, so there's nobody on this card going to lay up. There's probably nobody in the MPO field going to lay it up. So we all just throw the hyzer, and if you get over, it's a pretty easy birdie, I would say that, but it's easy to skip off, go a little bit deep.
I think if the wind was more severe, people would maybe consider laying up, but for reference, we used to play a deeper tee, the blue tee, and it was a par 4, and it was a layup fest. It was boring, honestly, to watch. So now we moved them up to the white tee, which is about a 400-foot shot, and now it's a par 3. So it incentivizes going for it. And this is Raider from Matty O.
I've heard some complaints about it. I think this is a good change.
I think it's a fun risk-reward hole. The only problem you can run into is that if you go through that bush line, it's a very... sometimes you have a hard time just poking it back up there for par.
I'm kind of shocked he went Raider. I think he...
A little flippier, yeah.
I thought he would throw like Enforcer or something like that.
I think your mind just wants you to get across the water, and so you throw something maybe a little flippier. This is Destroyer from Cam.
This is good.
Very good.
I can't tell what it did, but that was a good shot. The putt is kind of testy too. I will say, like, I'm a soft putter, so I don't think about it too much, but it is easy to miss the putt and go OB from where Cam's at.
And this is a Horizon DD3 from JJ.
Get left.
If this will just fade, it's good. It's pushing deep.
I'll tell you a funny story. JJ didn't even know if he could throw it far enough to clear. But he's like, I just watched 2 people clear it, so I wasn't going to not try. So he learned something about himself. That right there, he learned he could throw that far.
That's shocking. He's not a short thrower. I mean, when I played with him, I never thought like, oh, he just can't throw far. I mean, he throws decently far, especially for being small and 15.
Yeah, that's a gold, I believe, from Clay. That's perfect. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's just growing so much as a player so quickly that you sometimes kind of forget what your limits are or aren't. Yeah. And I think he just kind of gained a significant amount of distance just in the last 6 months. So
both of them were a little bit lucky to have a line to get out. It can get tricky in there. I say lucky. I mean, most of the time you can find something. So this is where it starts to get a little bit scary, especially for Cam. He's kind of a harder putter, and he's not going to lay it up, I'm assuming.
No. Yeah, a bit of a death putt with the water kind of on the back slope on the other side of the basket.
It'd be hard to lay this putt up. Like, that's a great putt.
Yeah.
Outstanding putt. If he missed, he was probably safe.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the chance you roll OB or you push it OB, and then it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anybody would lay a 30-footer up here. It's a good birdie to get. And I said easy birdie. I don't mean...
That is the scoring separation on this hole, is whether or not you get a lie that gives you a look at birdie. And if you got it, you're taking it.
So here's Clay with his birdie putt. I'd like to see him bang this one.
Yeah, almost an identical lie to Cam, just on the other side. So I was able to get up a little bit more and straddle.
Taking his pool, 30 seconds here.
Got to in the wind sometimes.
Yeah, I promise he's thinking about that water just a little bit. He's trying not to think about it, but it's there.
Y'all can't see it, but it's there, we swear.
And yeah, that may, because Clay is a really good putter. That may have been why he missed it low. Because you don't want to sail it. If you sail it, you're in the water.
Yeah.
Here's JJ cleaning up his par. Should make that every time.
Yeah, no.
Pretty much everybody's right here in bullseye now, so.
Yep, so we're going to have 3 pars and the 1 birdie from Cam, so he'll take the box on hole 12. Again, everyone on the card playing very well. They're all very much in striking distance of the leader.
For sure. All right, hole 12 here. Pretty short little hole. I mean, it's a little putter shot. I saw a sidearm on my card. I'd never seen that before, but I mean, it's there. It doesn't really matter what you do. Just hit the line. Don't fade left or right, and you should be in the circle. It's kind of a death putt. I'll say shout out to Silas Williams, because if you play with Silas, he doesn't ever lay up, and he actually laid up a putt on this hole to save. Make sure he got par. I was proud of him. That was a very mature decision he made there.
Yeah, I think this, I don't know if it'll score this way, but it feels like the easiest hole on the course.
It feels like it, but I don't think it usually scores that way.
I think it's just because there is trouble still there to be had if you're just slightly off, but normally you're going to be able to filter through for at least a par on this hole, and birdie, if you can play that right lane, usually is going to be available. That was Semmes again from Cam, and this is a harp from Matty.
That's exactly what I like to throw, the slight flex up that side. I mean, he's edge of circle. You can kind of see right here, there's a death putt, but it's not, I mean, it's not like the last hole.
It's like a turtleback green.
It's easy to roll to 30 feet.
Sure.
That's the issue. You don't want to roll to 30 feet for your par.
I think this might be drop from JJ.
So he's going to find that other side. You'll see right here now. So he's got the safest putt you can have. He's putting up at the basket. I mean, he's going to run it. There's zero chance he lays it up.
Yeah, this is either tough or... No, this is Bergak, sorry.
I like this play here. Not a lot of glide, so it's going to look like it's going long, and it's probably going to drop short. That's perfect.
No.
He's 25 feet, maybe 20. Pretty easy putt. Yeah, he's right there. That's where I'd like to be every time.
Opportunity for a star frame here yet again from our feature card. And
Good putt, dude. That was a kind of a tricky putt.
hey, left corner pocket, we take those.
That's honestly probably the best place to hit if you could do it every time. Here's Cam for the birdie. He's a very routine guy. I've noticed on his putt, he does his routine every time, and it works.
Yeah. That's what he does, man. He has an auto shop, and that's what he does. He just putts at the auto shop.
You can tell.
So that's the one thing he definitely keeps practiced routinely. The funny thing is he was just such a natural talent early on in his career. Again, like a 2012 Rookie of the Year guy. And he was never like a practice really hard guy. He was just a very naturally talented guy. He was the kind of dude that would show up and like throw 2 warm-up putts before the round starts and then just still destroy you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I remember
And he's still that guy.
I saw Cam playing like GBO like 2016.
Yep.
I remember that was some of the first coverage I was ever watching.
Yeah. I don't think people realize like how far back it goes for Matt and Cam. Like these dudes were competitive at Worlds dating back a long time. Like Matty O had his first podium finish at Worlds in 2005. And then Cam was again like that 2012, 2013 start kind of guided by Matt. You know, they kind of always were by the same sponsor, traveled together. Very good players.
I turned 4 in 2005.
Bro, I was 15, bro. I'm old.
Here's Clay getting the birdie. Great drive. You want to capitalize here. And there he goes.
Yeah.
Clay's a great putter.
Yes. I believe that's all birds.
Should be. And like you said, it does feel like it's the easiest hole on the course, but somebody on the card usually hits something. All right, now I'm actually at the end of the easy holes here. This is the last of the easy holes, I would say, except for one more.
Yeah, one more.
There's one more truly easy hole. This one is, like, again, I think it's a sidearm hole for sure, but everybody doesn't throw the sidearm. We had 2 backhands on my card, so for me, it's a sidearm with a flex 9-speed overstable.
To me, it's similar to 15 where it is a forehand, but if you throw a straight shot, you'll have a long putt that you can hit. And this is, I believe, Felon from Cam.
Yeah,
and
that's
perfect.
ideal. I throw the Gateway Blade. Everybody throws the Firebird type thing. The 9-speed overstable disc is the perfect shot on this hole.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
speaking of,
it's like an Audi.
yes, AT, which is basically their version of the Felon at West Side.
Yep. Since it skips, it's good. Yep. Bad roll.
Actually, that was Prince. My mistake. A little faster.
I'm shocked he went Prince. I've said that a few times by him today. I don't think I know his bag as well as
I think he throws a little bit faster than some people sometimes.
He
down
slowed
tempo.
down on it, yeah.
Yep. This is FD3 from JJ.
This is what I would say. Pretty much, I'd say 80% of the field throws this shot. Oh, a little bit too much flex.
Yeah.
It's an easy par from there. You don't want to overturn it. But that's the mistake. If you underturn it, you might struggle to get a par.
And this is Crute from Clay, which is an overstable 12-speed.
Oh, my goodness. That was so close.
Yes. And again, if you didn't watch the front 9, what are you doing? Go watch it. But he had probably 4 or 5 close calls similar to that.
Is Clay the king of ace runs?
Yes, man.
It's like Big Germ always sees the aces. Clay always runs the aces. I just want to be the guy that hits the aces. I never hit tournament aces.
I've hit 1 to win the tournament.
You hit 1 more than me.
Yeah, I had a walk-off win.
To win the tournament, dude.
Amateur division. Calm down. It wasn't.
It's still sick.
I did win a couple sweet couple $100 on it too on the ace pot. So
I love when I won the ace pot recently and won more than the second place winner at an event I played. It's always a good feeling.
Good birdie.
Yep. This is one you want to get. Again, I say that so much at the Admiral, so people at home probably think, oh, this course is pretty simple. It's not.
I would say you're feeling really good if you shoot you're competitive if you can shoot like a 7 or an 8.
If you shoot a 7 on this course, yeah, you're competing for something. I know there's sometimes people come out here and shoot an 11. That is
I think the
absolute
best
shit.
I've seen is a 14 or a 13.
That's ridiculous.
And that's something that Matt and Cam have both done at some point in time.
Yeah, but that's nearing the point of ridiculousness.
Yes.
All right. This hole's tricky. I would say this hole is tough. You can throw a great drive on this hole and not get your birdie and maybe not even get your par. It's 518 feet, and this one you can go either way. It probably sets up better for the backhand. I throw the sidearm. It's the easier shots to throw the sidearm. You just want your first shot to be in the fairway, and you need to be more right than you feel like you do. It's easy to get pinched off and have nothing.
This is top 3 most difficult hole on the course.
Yeah, this one is just tough. I threw a great drive on this hole and had 0 chance I was getting a birdie.
Yeah, this is an old school CD2 from Cam, which if you're wondering what that is, it's kind of like the CD1 now or the Dynasty from Infinite Disc.
He got fortunate there.
Yeah. A lot of people like that panning backhand, like so slight turnover that pans out. So this is Matty at the flow, looking to do the exact same play.
Yeah, if you throw the backhand right, you can actually make this hole if you hit the fairway. See, he's going to be deep. Now he's good. He's all the way to the other side, so he's good. If you're in that tree area that he was just at, it can be tough.
Yeah, and Clay favors the forehand. I wouldn't say he's forehand dominant, but I feel like he feels really comfortable throwing that, and it's not a bad play for this hole.
No, like, that's great. You can birdie from right there.
Yeah, it's right lane in front of the red tee, so good spot.
If he was 10 feet shorter, it's tough. If he was 10 feet longer, it's tough. Like, he threw it right where you need to throw it. I like JJ being aggressive here.
This is CD1, so this is very similar to the disc that Cam threw, the old CD2.
This seems a little high. Well, no, it's turning.
I just caught some branches, though. You were right. It was a little high. And now JJ is in a minefield.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, his drive wasn't that bad. Like, it looked bad maybe, but it wasn't that bad, and he has nothing.
No, he tried to get aggressive here. I think he should have probably just pitched it left and played for par, but he, again, young gun, trying to score, tried to go for it, and just unluckily caught a tree there. That was a very small gap he was trying to hit.
Going standstill.
Yep. Standstill style, I believe.
If this gets through, it looks great. Yeah, this is good. This is edge of circle. Yeah. Good shot.
Deal. Like, if you offer me that lie after 2 shots, deal. Taking it all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fell in here from Cam. Just a little
love
too straight.
Oh, yeah. You're right. It was so close to being great if it just skipped like 10 feet earlier.
And JJ's still thinking aggressive here. PD2 in hand, trying to get up and down to save par. Just didn't quite flex it enough. And now he kind of knows that, you know, decision making wasn't the best on this hole, but he's young. He's going to learn.
It's hard to blame him. I mean,
he's been playing so hot that you just want to keep attacking.
It'd be different if it was hole 1. You know, he still got the nerve. Yeah. He's been playing great. You really want to get up and down. And he still has the opportunity to save his bogey here. And a bogey's not that bad on this hole.
Oh, yeah, he tried to pipe that left side, didn't quite do it. As you saw a second ago, Matt put himself in a tricky spot. He's got Swan in hand, very understable putter, and just trying to just trademark Matty putter throw.
Yeah, if there's anybody that does that shot to perfection, it would be Matty.
I will take Matty over anyone within about 250 feet of the basket on a standstill backhand putter shot.
Yeah. Him and Clay, apparently.
Yeah.
This is pretty routine. Yeah. Whatever your overstable approach disc is.
Yeah, it was tactic for JJ. Just kind of taking his medicine. He's going to have a double on this one. So really his first setback of the round. We'll see how he deals with adversity. He hasn't had to really deal with that yet. He had the hottest start of any player on the front 9.
After the front 9 on this feature card.
Yep. 6 down. He was 5 down through 6 and ended kind of right around that range.
This is for Clay's birdie?
Yes. Just a little pulled right.
Yeah, it was almost a really good putt.
Yep. So I think everyone parred except for JJ gets a double.
And honestly, if I walked up to the hole and you said, you can go to the next hole, you just take a par.
Easy.
I'd probably just say, yeah, like we'll do that just to make sure. You can birdie it. I mean, it's there, but it's tough. You just got to throw 2 really good shots. All right, this next hole can get tricky. The drive is really what matters. If you put your drive in a good position here, you're probably going to have a pretty good chance for birdie. You can throw forehand off the tee, backhand off the tee. I've seen backhand turnovers off the tee. I've seen forehand turnovers off the tee. So, I mean, there's 15 different options here. Most everybody on this card, I'm assuming, is going to go backhand up the right side. From there, it's a little turnover or a little sidearm up to the tee. To the basket, not the tee.
So Cam going reactor here off the tee, so kind of in between.
He missed his line there.
Yes. There's no question.
It just happens.
Just does. You are right.
I like the sidearm here. I just like looking at my gap.
Yes.
And hitting it. It's a tight little gap, and you don't want to push too far either way. So most everybody's going to throw a slow speed.
Yeah, this is one of the pines that Matt has in his bag, and he just pulled it.
Yeah, it's tricky. So both those guys should be able to save par if they can get their next shot fine. But this is one you do kind of want the birdie look here.
Again, not surprised to see Clay go forehand.
Yeah, I like the sidearm.
And that's laced.
This is exactly what I'd like to do here. It's a little too far right, but it's not bad. You can still get up and down.
Yeah. You should be able to straddle out and have at least some kind of look.
It's a pretty short par 4.
Yep. This is FD1 here for JJ, looking to play that right side backhand. Touch straight.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
He's okay, but I mean, it's not what you want.
Yeah, we were all just kind of trying to get him back in the groove after having a tough last hole. And this is Matty roller with a hatchet, trying to make a miracle happen.
Majorly aggressive.
Yes. But it's really all he had. I was caddying for him, and when we were looking at options, there just really wasn't a good one. And so went with that, and it worked out well. Should be able to get up and down for par from where he's at, actually.
For Cam to have missed his line, this is not bad.
I mean, he just barely overturned this forehand. Like a little bit less angle, and I think he's looking at a birdie.
What disc was that?
That was a destroyer.
That was super overstepped.
It's an older Paul Macbeth run, and yeah, just a little too much ante. This is function from JJ. He's looking to go backhand turnover up the left side. Very technical shot.
That's a pretty flippy disc.
It is very flippy. It's mostly a roller disc for many players, and he just got a really bad root check.
Yeah, the Admiral has some roots. I tripped 5 or 6 times during my round yesterday just walking.
It's because they're blowing all the pine straw. Shout out to Matt Givens. Locals will get that joke.
I saw that. He vote for Mac to save pine straw everywhere.
And this is, I think, Cam finally settled on a Scepter, which is a really overstable 9-speed.
Oh, so he's doing overhand.
Yeah, he's trying to go.
I thought he was going outside arm.
And that was perfect, dude.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
That would make Josh Hollingsworth proud. If you don't know, overhand specialist.
He didn't have too much from over there, but that's fine. Here's Matt, maybe try to make some magic happen. No,
That's just a hard layup for par.
If it was Clay, I'd say his magic was going to happen.
Yeah, you know, it's like a bird chance to go in. Long jump putt here from JJ.
Hit it.
Just pulled a little.
Surprising to not see more birdies on this hole.
As you said, you have to have a really good tee shot.
Clay's was prime.
Yeah.
And then he just got a bad skip.
Yep.
Play to clean up the par. There you go.
Yeah, looking for the par frame here.
Not bad. I mean, it's one you want to get, but like I was saying, every hole at the Admiral has something that makes it tricky.
Yep.
Even the easy holes, there's something you can hit or a death putt or something here and there. Here's JJ to save his par.
And that's actually kind of a nice bounce back for him after taking a double just to get away with the par on this one. You know, kind of gets you back on track.
This hole could, turn into a bad hole.
Yep.
There's things about this hole that you could get a double on as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he never had a prime shot. He was off the fairway pretty much every shot until his putt.
And so we shall move on to our final few holes here of this opening round.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. You may know, is this next hole the easiest hole in the course?
I'm sure you're surprised a pharmacy sponsored this video, but Saraland Pharmacy is actually the best disc golf store in southern Alabama. They carry a wide variety of discs from all the top manufacturers, including Innova, Discraft, Discmania, and all the Trilogy brands, as well as MVP and Axiom. They also carry plenty of plastic from lesser-known brands, such as Lone Star Disc and ThoughtSpace Athletics. Their pricing is fantastic. And speaking of pricing, they have a very robust used disc section where you can get some lightly used plastic for a fantastic price, and you can also pick up various disc golf equipment that'll help you along the way. So if you're in Mobile County or any of the surrounding areas, or heck, even if you're on the Eastern Shore, definitely pass on by the Saraland Pharmacy, as they have a wide variety of equipment that I'm sure you'll love. It's definitely worth the trip. You certainly won't regret it.
It's one of them, for sure.
This is one, like I say, there's something on every hole. This is one that I don't see anybody bogeying unless they're 3-putting or something.
Yes.
It's right there in front of you. You're going to throw a putter. You're going to throw it straight, and you're not going to throw it super hard.
The only ways you miss birdie is if you fade out early or if you pull it too far right. There's that cluster of trees you can get caught up in on the right side of the fairway, but that's really about it. And I guess this one tree could get in your head theoretically that's right there to the right of the tee pad, but...
Yeah, that gap is so close. It'd be... I mean, you would...
That's an amateur thing. I'm thinking with my am eyes that gets in your head, but for them, it doesn't. That's PA3 from Cam.
Yeah, and this is what I did, and I kicked that, and so I had the same putt he had. I missed this hole, and this is the worst feeling miss on the course to me.
Yeah. I think this is a maiden from Matt. It just faded out more than he expected.
This seems like a Matty O hole.
Mm-hmm.
This
is a
standstill.
Rico, so putting putter.
Get some flip. There's some wind. I can
There
definitely tell
is,
there's some
yeah. Things were stabling out more than people anticipated for sure. P3X here from JJ.
Yeah, I think JJ needs to get this one to get back on track. He needs this one.
Ask and you shall receive.
This
That is butter.
Perfect. So if you want to know how to play the hole, that's how you do it.
That's it right there.
He's not missing that putt.
Nope. That's a drop in.
That's what he needed. He needed to get back on track. He's good now. Especially going into 17 and 18. They're tough.
That was just kind of a limp putt there from Cam.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he got the spin on it he needed.
He's not a very spinny putter, so...
Decent little run from Matt.
Long bid here for Clay.
He has had, I feel like he's had so many so close.
A lot of circle 2 putts that he nearly had that could have really drove him up the leaderboard, but he's still in a good spot.
Yeah, no, everybody on this card's fine. I mean, to be a few under par after the first round here is okay.
Yeah.
Especially because nobody is shooting that 14.
There is that old saying, man, you can't win a tournament day one, but you can lose.
100%.
And so everyone's just kind of tapping in their pars, but JJ is going to have a drop-in birdie.
That's good for JJ, too.
Yep, really recovering after that double a couple of holes ago.
So, hole 17 and hole 18 truly remind me of W.R. Jackson. If anybody has played W.R. Jackson or been there or even watched coverage, these are the two that make me think, you know, John was saying, okay, here we are. We're back in Georgia right here. 17 and 18, this is W.R. Jackson. 17's tough. 18's even tougher. 17, you just need to hit your line. You hit your line 2 times, you're going to have a birdie putt, but it's tough. I mean, most people throw the backhand off the tee. I saw a sidearm or two. I actually throw the sidearm up the left side, and that's only because I'm scared.
That's fair. It's the classic 1-2 punch from Hal. Par 4, par 5 to finish.
Yeah.
ED1 here from JJ.
And I love him going up the left
Well,
side. I like the backhand up that left side. I did that in practice, and that's what I probably should have done in the tournament. That was great.
Yeah, wait till you see where this is.
If you're in the grass right there, it's great. Is anybody actually going to take the right side? I'm interested about that.
It's so much tighter than it used to be because that stuff's grown out on the right-hand side that now the left lane is just the preferred. But you're right. Sometimes people would throw hyzer right side.
Yeah. This is fine.
Yep.
It's not as good as JJ, but it's good.
Story time. Somebody on 18 hit JJ with a disc on an approach.
That's not the first time this happened at this course.
And so there is that hyzer right-hand side, the rare play now. But that's the flow and that was just a bad kick, yeah.
All right. Clay, the way he runs up, I never can tell where he's about to throw. Okay, left side.
And that is what Matty would call Cambogia.
You just cannot hit a tree off the tee here. And he didn't even throw a bad shot. He was, inches from throwing a fine shot. But if you hit a tree off the tee, it's so tough to save.
Bogey at best, probably a double, honestly. Unless you throw some really good shots.
So here he is. Is this the white tee or the red tee? I can't.
That is the red tee.
So he's got a chance to save his bogey comfortably if he throws this shot well. That needs to turn.
Yeah, didn't quite get enough turn on it, but still pretty good progress and a great
kick. Wow. That's awesome. He deserved that.
He paid a gnome to hang out up there and punch that thing out. Maverick from Perfect. I mean, just perfect.
So those trees in the middle that he pured, those are the ones that everybody gets nervous about. You can throw your drive great and still hit one of those trees.
I agree with you. That horizontal line of trees gets everybody unless you get really far up the fairway like Cam has, and then the gap becomes a little bit easier to manage.
Yeah, at this point, it's not much to think about. But, well, I say that.
Yeah, he pulled.
Cam is great at hitting lines, and he missed that one.
Look at JJ's.
This is...
It's ridiculous.
If you don't know home, this is insane. Like, nobody's throwing this far up the fairway on this hole.
Now, unfortunately, there was like a little dip in the ground, so his footing was definitely altered on that throw, but still not bad. Has a look at birdie.
Here we go, Cam to save the par. Great shot.
Don't think he'll have too much trouble getting the 4 after that one. Little Berg light run maybe from Clay, his specialty.
No run, but great shot.
Yeah.
A little bit deep, he's fine.
Considering what he did off the tee,
Yes, to have
he
that
has recovered
bogey,
very well.
I would take that. Here's Matt for the birdie.
Rare miss from that range.
Rare to see Matt make that.
Now here's JJ stepping up for his birdie putt. Probably about 20, 25.
Right when you have to start thinking about it.
Yeah. And he hasn't had too many of these. It's either been like close or like deep circle 2 for most of the round.
And he's hit pretty much every putt he's had. That's rare.
Just a mental error. Really only the second one he's made all around. And you wonder if like watching Matt miss kind of gets in your head a little bit.
Maybe so. It shouldn't, but I mean, I guess it's possible. That's rare for JJ to miss.
And again, he hasn't had many putts at that distance this round. So now he has about the same putt going back at the basket, just the opposite direction. That's the thing about JJ is when he misses, he putts hard, so he's going to have some long comebackers.
Yeah, I think a lot of young guys do that. AB did that back in the day. I think as you get older, you start wanting to have a little more loft in the putt. That was a good cleanup there. That
Yeah,
could've
just
turned
shakes it
into a
off
bogey.
right away. I think JJ has gained a lot of valuable experience from this round.
And I mean, it's not just experience too. He's also played.
Yeah, he's competing very well too.
Yeah, he's still right there in the mix to win the event. I
Yep.
mean, that it's better than I think people would even assume he would do on his first feature card.
Yeah. I talked to him after the round, and, he really did take a lot from this round, just kind of learning about himself, learning about, what to think about, just different things.
This is for Cam's car?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. His drive was great. He missed that line, so getting a par here is okay. Matty for the unfortunate par. I know he wanted the birdie.
Yeah. He played the hole really well and didn't quite reap the rewards as we head into our final hole of the round.
Hole 18 is tough. Everything you might think when you're watching it, it's a little bit tougher than what you seem to think. When I first watched this on coverage before I played it, I thought, just hit the line, you're right there. Or you might could even get an eagle look. No, that's not happening. You're going to have to pure the line, throw a great shot, then you get a birdie chance. It is very easy to hit the first couple trees off the tee. Even if you hit that line, you still got some work to do. I mean, this is a great finishing hole. It's one of the best finishing holes I've ever played.
Yeah,
So much can happen.
Traditional dapping of the final hole. PD here from JJ.
That middle tree is just
It's
right
asking to be
there.
hit.
I think we had 3 people on my card hit it.
Perfect shot from JJ. Exactly what you want. Hit the gap and then fade. And this is one of those holes where if you just hit the gap off the tee, you're like, yes.
Yeah,
That's like 70% of the job.
you can complain a little bit. Like, he's going to have a weird footing, maybe with a root or something. I like this left-hand gap. I like throwing that shot. He overflexed it, but there's a great kick. I mean, he's fine. You can still birdie from there.
He's right in front of the white tee. So, yeah, not too far.
As
Flow
long as
again
you
from
hit
that,
the gap, like you're saying, you feel good.
which Matt has done big time.
Yeah, this is one that I think, when I see Matt play it, I think he's never going to miss it.
Yeah.
And when I play it, I think, I might miss it.
I play it, I know I'm going to miss it. That's why I play the white tees. And,
What's Clay throwing here?
we're going to go unnamed on this one. But he threw it well.
He did throw it well.
That's the secret disc.
That is
Can't tell you that one.
prime position.
Yeah. Pretty smart shot. Just kicked a little too far left. And that's the thing about this hole. If you're just slightly off the fairway, you're burning a stroke probably. Unless you just have like a really good window.
I hit the first tree, kicked over to the right, and I saved a bogey, and it felt outstanding.
That is so good.
So this is what everybody at home thinks they can do, and then it's hard. So tough. He went a little deep. Most people cut early. He actually was going a little deep, so that was great. Matt is in the prime position off the tee.
Yeah, this is the slot you want to be in for sure, and he is obviously taking full advantage of it. Beautiful shot here.
It's hard to beat that. I mean, you could have missed a tree, could have got up there. It's probably the same result either way.
You're talking about a difference of 30 feet, so you're not really too worried about that.
Is he going forehand roller?
Yes, with a style.
I love this.
Aggressive.
Super.
I just don't know what else it would have been really hard to come up with something else that got him really good progress up the fairway.
He could have thrown a flex shot up the left side there, but I mean, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because you hit one of those trees and you're, double bogeyville.
Yeah.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, Camden's trying to chip away, but he just keeps going a little too far left each time.
I thought that was perfect. It was a little early.
This is Clay throwing his third from inside the rough.
It's tough over here. You can find some sort of line. Like, that was a pretty good shot. Like, it is tough over on that right side deep.
Yeah.
Cam, he should be able to maneuver something from here.
Yeah, he's just worming his way up the left-hand side of the
Threw
fairway.
that high.
Yeah, a little bit high, a little bit stally.
I think lower, that would have been great.
This is JJ attacking for a birdie putt. Maybe 225, 240 out, a little tactic up shot, and just pulled it.
Yeah, overturned.
Still a look, though.
I think he may have thought he was either farther away or that he needed to put more on it because he threw that hard, and he did not need to throw that hard.
I think he thought it was more stable than it was.
That may be it. This is, again, outstanding. Can anybody do that better than him?
I mean, he's just one of the best. Long jump putt here to save par, I think, maybe, but he's going to have to settle for bogey now.
You want a birdie on every hole you play. A par is fine on 18. There's so much worse than a bogey that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, nobody wants the bogey, but if you walk away with a bogey, you're not going to think, that ruined my round. It's just, it happens.
Beautiful putt to finish for JJ. That was a 40-footer, and he had to fit it between that little shrub and that tree on Annie and did it perfectly. And that's
great round for the kid.
7 under par, only 2 off the lead.
1030 rated. He's 15, people. He's 15 years old. This kid is extremely talented.
Once we see the rest of our card kind of clean up, it'll be bogey for Cam, par for Clay, birdie for Matty O.
These guys shredded, man. They absolutely shredded the course.
Yeah, so your leaders are Jakob Simmerad and Paul Kranz at 9 under par, tied, and then you got a lot of people kind of in that 8 under, 7 under range, kind of rounding out your top 10 to top 5. So a lot of people still in this tournament right now. Again, thanks for tuning in to the coverage. Make sure you like and subscribe. You can follow me, Dustin Mouret, Dustin Disc Golf on YouTube, and follow Dustin Instagram and Twitter, Esports Disc Golf Guy. Then I got
at
yourself here.
Bryant DG on Instagram. That's where I post mostly everything. Thank you to DiscGolfVanLife for the coverage. We'll see you guys next time.